Talking of him, there he is, the Australian national coach. And of course the man he played with and has opposed as a coach many times, Malcolm Reilly. Eddie Ward is the man in charge. He's got the whole world in his hands as far as the people here are concerned. There it is, Manly starts. Left to right for Manly. Newcastle first use of the pigskin. Glanville comes back and is met by the Manly reception committee. O'Davis takes the second play to the blind side. 23 metres away. Peter and Paul have set the scene. Not since 1992 has Newcastle beaten Manly. And many feel that if they don't beat them tonight, they won't beat them in September. Adam Muir brings it back over the halfway line. They go away for Matthew to dummy to Andrew and then across for O'Davis, and he's using Hughes out in the centres. They didn't go anywhere. Plenty of Manly players in their face as Andrew Johns puts a cross kick in. He's looking for the centres on the left, and it's an urgent run, but they've overrun the tarmac and Danny Moore is tackled.
Well, it became urgent when the referee signalled that it had been touched with the Cliff Lyons charge down. And
Jerry
that was
Hill.
a close thing there for the Eagles.
12 metres away from his own line.
They really came to life, didn't they, the Newcastle chasers, and Moore did well.
Out on their own 20-metre line as Sedaris uses Carroll. And big Spud Carroll put down 28 metres away from his line. Out with Tierney. This man is Daniel Gartner, a member of this magnificent Manly back row. Across now for Lyons with a confident take, and then a face ball across to Hopewadi. And his grubbing kick. And the turnover's been awarded.
Well, the pass has been ruled forward there from Cliff Lyons. He's just telling his players to get back deeper because he wants that option open to him. The crowd certainly let referee Eddie Ward know that it floated forward, or was passed forward, I'm sorry. A great chance now for the Knights. 6 tackles inside Manly's half.
Very good field position as Adam Muir takes it to about 25 out from the Manly line and playing it back for Owen Craigie. They go on the right of the ground. O'Davis, picked up and put away by Sedaris and Carroll. Living up around the ruck is O'Davis as Clements unloads. Matthew Johns floats it across. The number 11 for Newcastle is Billy Peden, playing at 15 metres out. Matthew Johns puts up a kick. There's a chance on for the wingers. Oh, mistake! Mistake by Manly, but I think he might have lost it. He's pointed to the spot.
Well, I tended to agree, Ray. Second minute, tremendous kick, and it's very noticeable that Matthew Johns is playing first receiver. You'd have thought Andrew was the man who'd be in getting the first pass, but let's just have a look at the number 5 if he maintains control here. Does he? Oh, gee. I think he's dropped it.
Wow.
Evan Cochran.
And this is why the ARL, they're thinking they must bring in the video referee. They don't do it, they're mad. Here it is. You're not going to tell me he's had control of that or grounded it with his arms or forced it down or anything.
I don't think that's a try.
It's a dead set knock on.
Well, some of the Manly players,
no doubt about it, Rap.
as we watch it again, are glaring at the in-goal judge. There it is one more time. It touches his hands. He loses it. And that is a dead set knock on against Evan Cochran.
And some people at home may be thinking that he got downward pressure on it. He did, but that was only after he'd knocked on initially and the ball had touched the ground. Then the body finished on it, so it's definitely a knock on.
Very important point that Peter makes. Give you another example. Had Cochran simply dived on the ball and landed on it with his chest, his torso, without touching the hands, it would have been a try. So Andrew Johns will try to convert a controversial try. 20 out, 7 in, hits it beautifully, and the flags are up. The flags are up, the crowd is up. Newcastle away to a sensational start, controversial. Newcastle has done to Manly what Manly last week did to Parramatta. They put a shot on them in the early minutes. The try came at the second for Newcastle, for Evan Cochrane. Harrigan sorted out by Carroll. Remember the confrontation they had here. Now, Clements it is who unloads for Andrew Johns, who's been apparently in superb form.
Right, that did sting Paul Harrigan as well. He's running a decoy. He wanted to be a decoy. That's why he got rid of it fairly quickly, and Matthew Johns does the same, courtesy of a kick. But Carroll's shot on Harrigan was a beauty.
Newcastle's kicking game has been excellent in the opening exchanges. This is young Shannon Nevin. He's got the weight of the world on him tonight. Danny Moore playing out on the right wing, 25 away from his own line.
It's a big night for Shannon Nevin. He's been playing fair football in reserve grade or second grade for the Eagles. But I remember he came here, was it 2 years ago or last year, and played in a Friday night game against Newcastle, had a blinder. He can do the same tonight. Here's Menzies.
Menzies running off the inside ball from Cliff Lyons. Is put away just on the Newcastle side of halfway. Newcastle given the try. At the second minute, it's been converted. Evan Cochrane, the try scorer, Andrew Johns, the goal kicker. Newcastle 6-0 as Lyons puts it high. Down a narrow corridor. Albert loses, though Davis has got it. And now it comes back for Manly. 6 more for the Eagles. Tuvey's indicating let's go across and go to the air. Tierney for Tuvey now. Holds it back in one hand. Gartner takes it up the middle. And Gartner will play it. 17 away from the Newcastle line. Sidaris menacingly running and then putting it on the ground in front of Tuvey. 6 more tackles, says Ward. Gartner finds Tierney. Tierney likewise Lyons. Manly are over the line, and it is Shannon Nevin. Shannon Nevin. Never mind about the weight of the world. He's done it easily. Yeah,
that'll calm his nerves, won't it? A fairly soft try in the end, and this is how Manly got 6 again on the first occasion. Robbie O'Davis seemed as though he was going to clean up the rebound, but it came back Manly's way. And in the end, you see here, it's a pretty soft try. Not a lot of numbers for the Knights. O'Davis coming across on the inside. He ended up having to take Kosef, and Shannon Nevin a simple run to the line. That won't please Malcolm really. He'd have wanted him to be tougher there early in the match.
Yeah, nice try. Cliff Lyons, once again, the architect. He's done that about 5,000 times during his career, just running to the line with the ball in both hands, the defence holding off, and back on the inside there was the hole, and that's great work for Shannon Nevin. He'll be very happy about that. Now gets a chance to convert his own try, and he's, you can tell he's kicking at about 78% in second grade this year.
Young Shannon Nevin, magnificent start for him. And there's the architect, Cliffy Lyons, 35 years of age. 6 times he's played for the country, and 6 times he's played for the state. Joined Manly in 86 from North, and he's a Cronulla junior. Comes from down the Riverina, down Gundy Guy, and they lost a man that's been great for rugby league during the week, Maury Kelly, down at Wagga. So to all those people down there, we're thinking of you. A minute's silence here tonight, earlier as well, for the victims of Thredbo. So, when we're looking for something to ease the pain, we turn to sport. And here is Shannon Nevin looking to convert his own, and he does. Manly and Newcastle are at 6 points all after 8 minutes.
A great start for Shannon Nevin. A lot of pressure on him coming into this team, taking over the goal kicking, which has been very unsuccessful for other people. He gets the first 6 points, and I do think, Ray, that it's going to be Cliff Lyons and Steve Menzies who are the danger players tonight. I think Menzies is just ready to explode with his running game. Made half a dozen near busts last week. He might get a couple this evening.
So here's Manly now bringing it away, and the loose ball is there. Dived on and cleaned up by Gartner. They're just inside their own 20-metre line. Sidaris shows his strength as he gets rid of young Darren Albert. Played then by Sidaris. They work down the blind side, and Tierney it is running with it. Put down 33 metres out from his own line. Over on the hillside of the ground. And then Carroll. And picked up and put down by Peden. Harrigan coming in over the top. Nearly to the 40-metre line. As Lyons throws the dummy. Gets in behind them, but then has to throw a pass. A speculator from Menzies that has since been kicked. And down for O'Davis. Robbie O'Davis there. Put down 43 metres out from his own line. Terry Hill marking up, getting back in that line. Peden. A couple of metres on his own side of the halfway. And Clements, it goes to Butterfield. And Butterfield originally looked like he was in some trouble. He finished up winning the day, earning respect. O'Davis's tackle. 40-metre line. Clements. And then a ball along the ad line for Andrew Johns. And he's put away. Centre of the ground. 30 metres out. And this is where they're at the most dangerous with these two playmakers, Matthew and Andrew Johns. There's the kick, and it's down. Now Tuvey, I thought was offside, but he penalised Newcastle inside the 10.
Yeah, he's got the chasers. Looks like Hughes out there wide. Crowd not happy. Let's have a close look at it. Well, it's touch and go. A bit of luck goes Manly's way.
Keep in mind that Hughes was in front of the kicker, according to Eddie Ward. Darren Albert wasn't, but he can't put an offside player onside. Only the kicker can do that as Carroll plays the ball. Sedaris works it away for Tierney, and Tierney is on his 30-metre line. Held there by a couple of the Grizzlies. Adam Muir and company. And the penalty goes against Newcastle's defencemen. 6 points all then, coming up to 12 minutes.
Referee ruling here that a Newcastle hand caused Neil Tierney to lose the football. Penalty's going Manly's way.
Manly coming across after taking the tap free. And right on the halfway line, it is Lyons who'll play it. Back to his captain. And Tuvey tries to just slide through on the edge of the ruck, but Peden was there to shut it down. Sedaris uses Gartner. Gartner in turn for Hill. And Terry Hill will play it. 38 metres off the Newcastle line. Tuvey along the line. Lyons at the 40-metre line. Menzies the inside ball. And every time they get together, Menzies is coming on the inside. Looking for Newcastle to drop off in the slide across in defence. Lyons then. Nevins after it from an onside position, but it's turned out to be a nothing kick. Nevin on the full, back to the 20-metre line. 6 points all, 13 gone.
Yeah, Paul Harrigan and Mark Carroll having a real good go at each other tonight, as they always do when these two teams meet. Two of the very good props playing in the comp. The Australian props from their test this year, and they love playing against each other.
Great tackle there by Daniel Gartner on Bill Peden.
I've got to say, Paul, I still don't think Paul Harrigan has completely recovered from that shot from Carroll early in the game. In fact, he's leaving the field now. He just hasn't had the same zest out there. After that early hit, Mark Hughes takes it 45 out now. Harrigan gets the breather.
Newcastle then pressing down the ground. They're 38 metres away from the Manly line. Playing it back for Clements, and now for Matthew Johns. Nobody's offside in this chase, and Nevins underneath it, but 12 metres out from his own line. Scored the try for Manly as Terry Hill works it away outside the 20-metre line, and exhibiting great strength. He's now finished up down on the 30-metre line as Sedaris gives it on the left, and then Kosev for Gartner, and Gartner's put down and tackled by Muir, with Glanville coming over the top of Clements. Lyons now wants the ball. He's back in the centre. Back for Gartner. A little bit of reorganisation required there as Tierney struggles to play it on the 40-metre line. Again, Cliffy Lyons wants the ball. Puts it down on the bounce where Newcastle bring it away from the 30-metre line. Robbie O'Davis running into Mark Carroll, and he drives with Terry Hill. Playing it back for Craigie now. And off to the open side. And the number 5 for Newcastle is Evan Cochran. Given that try at the second minute, and there's a knock on.
A very hard tackle. It was by Nick Kosev over the top, which forced the ball loose. Harrigan's had the rest, and now Mark Carroll gets one. Ooh.
Play the game.
That's the reason he lost the football. A very high tackle. He was leaning down into the tackle, but Kossoff got him high.
Andrew, what's the problem with Paul Harrigan?
No, Paul Harrigan, he's okay. Just took a heavy knock, but he will be back. But it's quite a boost, his replacement. Returning tonight from injury, Wayne Richards. He suffered a fractured shoulder earlier in the year and wasn't expected back, so it's been quite a comeback.
So Shannon Nevin playing it for Manly as they go inside the 30-metre line. This is Tierney who's put down, and a penalty goes to Manly. This will be 2 points, and it's Wayne Richards.
I want you there too.
And he wants the captain.
Racing Club invites all 9 season ticket holders to attend the races tomorrow night. Half-price entry.
The second time now. I told Paul, leave the ball alone, just let the play the ball go, right? No stuffing around. Knock it off, we can take a walk. When you come into the scrums, if you want to barge in like that, you may not stay.
You're kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Let the front rows do it.
I don't care.
That's very interesting. He's warned Tony Butterfield of basically what Mark Carroll and Terry Hermanson got sent off for the other night. Tony Butterfield, he's just said to him, "You're kidding."
Good on you, Bucks.
I would think Butterfield's entitled to say it.
I've got to agree, and that's what front rowers do. They do lead in with their heads and go in hard in scrums. That's what you're taught from the first moment you ever pack into a scrum.
That's how Blocker finished up with that head that he's got.
That's it.
Imagine taking that away from him.
And I got to say, just having a look at that replay, there was no drama whatsoever with the way Butterfield went into that scrum.
Anyway, Shannon Nevin is taking the penalty not for that reason, and there's where he's at. 23 metres out.
And interesting there with Paul Harrigan off the field, Matthew Johns has taken over the captaincy of the side.
Almost in front for Shannon Nevin. So he's got the 6 points alongside his name. And he's looking to make Manly the outright leader. 6 points all at the 16th minute. Hits it straight between the posts. Never mind about his confidence. It's as high as the Manly fans. We break at the 16th with 2 points to break. Back. So the big one on the Friday night here at Marathon Stadium in front of a crowd we believe to be bordering. Oh, Tierney. The bells are ringing for me and my gal. Big hit on Neil Tierney, but he seems unaffected. Here it is. Lovely tackle by Butterfield. He's probably said, well, if I can't barge in to form the scrum, I'll do it in the tackle. Here's Kossoff running an angle off Lyons and then pulled down by Richards. 33 metres away from the Manly line. They lead by 2. Tierney outside the 40-metre line, and 3 Newcastle players are there to pull him down. 5th tackle now. And Lyons allowed to run for a good space before putting the kick in, and it's out on the full. Well, that's the first thing he's done wrong.
Well, his kicking game hasn't been particularly good tonight, has it? Out in the full that time, he hasn't found a lot of distance or a lot of open space with the couple of kicks he has put in. I think that's been a disappointing aspect of the Manly performance. But I'm also surprised after 18 minutes of the quiet start from Andrew Johns. It was reported last week that he played just about his best game. I can't remember him featuring much in this first quarter of the match to any great extent whatsoever.
It's been basically left to his brother Matthew to take Newcastle around the park. Just to finish what I was saying, we think this crowd is bordering on 30,000, and they've been here since 6 o'clock, 20,000 of them, as Adam Muir takes it just inside the 30-metre line, tackled by Menzies and Gillespie. Clements did well to get it away. Matthew Johns then. Andrew, now it's away for Craigie. He's pulled down by Hill, 20 metres away from the Manly line. Tell you what, this Manly defence is right up on top of them. Now a beautiful pass. That is Glanville, the lock forward. 13 metres out. Newcastle looking for their second points in the game. There's the kick in behind them, but Danny Moore was there in anticipation.
The Johns boys starting to come to life now, aren't they? And their kicking game is, both their kicking game is very good, and Danny Moore reads this one particularly well. Gets back in the in goal. Hill's going back, but Moore's got it safe as.
I'll tell you what, if you'd have hit Owen Craigie with a long pass there, Terry Hill was in all sorts of trouble. He was worried about 2 and 3 players out there. Real opportunity to throw the long ball. I think that might be an option we'll see later from that man, Matthew Johns.
Quarter of the game gone. 8-6 Manly. All the points for this man taking the line dropout. Shannon Nevin. His kick is a shocker. Given Newcastle great field position. Taking the line dropout on the 20-metre line. Centre of the ground. That's what they were looking for. Now it's Andrew Johns. Beautiful pass across for Hughes.
Tackle of the match, that one by Innes. Beautiful.
Albert then again for Andrew. Matthew flew high to take it. Harrigan's there, but back where they started from. Clements goes away from dummy half. Gets the ball out the back. Hughes is put down. 5 tackles gone. 3 metres from the line. Clements for Matthew Johns. Puts the kick in, and again it's Danny Moore. Valiant effort by Danny Moore, but another line dropout.
That's good play by Newcastle. They're just trying to wear the Manly side down. Put in the in goal, have another shot at them. They're using plenty of variety in their plays. Plenty of angle running and inside balls, and that's just a well-timed, well-executed tackle, that one by Innes.
Cliffy Lyons is going to take the line dropout. And as I said, a big effort by Danny Moore. Hughes is nailed by Hopewati. That is Glanville, a dummy half. Wayne Richards is the runner, and they're good yards. Laying a platform. Away now from Clements for Matthew Johns. Decoys going everywhere. Harrigan will play it now. 20 metres away from the Manly line. Matthew for Andrew. Steps off the left foot. Takes it inside the 10. Muir was there, begging for it. Playing it back, and away goes Clements. 2 metres out on 5. Gee, they're close. Muir. Then Andrew Johns. Darren Albert's got the run. Up they go, and I think it's Hopewati's ball.
He dropped the first one, Hopewati, not this one. Darren Albert had the momentum, but Hopewati got good field position. Turned his body. It was a wrestle, but no doubt the Manly men had it first, and Hopper just gave Darren a little bit of a reminder that, yeah, it's my ball.
I think I could hear a section of the crowd booing, and I'm blowed if I know why. Sadaris dummies away on the left before working on the right for Terry Hill. The right of the ground is the blind side.
Gee, that's a tough call.
There's a penalty against Newcastle.
I think that's a tough call against Harrigan. I think he tried to get up and get around in front of the man to mark. He puts Terry Hill down. Well, I guess it's one of those 50-50 ones, but I thought Harrigan was trying to get around. He should have had his hand left on him, and that's what earned the referee's ire.
Manly setting about putting another attack together that might lead to further points. They've been down their own end of the park for a long time. A couple of line dropouts. They've probably been down there for something bordering on 18 tackles, Manly. And this is Sadaris having a busy game. He's 25 metres out from the line. Tuvey drifts across. Holds it back, and Crosseff offered him the decoy. Tuvey is 11 metres out. Proby. Then, from Crosseff. Line. Angles back. Dummies to Nevin. Off the ground from Gillespie. Carroll then. Inside for Menzies. Menzies pulled down by Andrew Johns and Owen Craigie. Hill for Tuvey on 5. Then for Lyons. There goes the grubbing kick. Now it's Newcastle's turn to get it back, and Darren Albert cannot. Just
stumbled Darren Albert when he received the football, and that might have made the difference between being caught in the in-goal area and getting back in the field to play. Lyons putting it through. There he is, just stumbles a little bit. The defence arrives. He'd probably found it difficult anyway, but that didn't help.
Well, we're at the 24th minute, and this line dropout. Oh, very lucky for Jeff Tuvey and for Manly, but again, not a good line dropout. Now, Sedaris using Carroll, wedging it towards a big tackle in the centre of the ground from Harrigan. Sedaris working down the short side. Gillespie gets it down, but Owen Craigie comes up with it.
Well, there were two great tackles in a row there from Newcastle. The first one, Harrigan on Carroll. The second one was Billy Peden and Andrew Johns on Gillespie. That's what they needed in their own danger area. What about this Brett Grogan? He had plenty of weeks on the sideline, meningitis, I think. He's getting a run in first grade.
Fletcher is on in 16 for Newcastle as well. Really is using the bench. Muir takes it to the halfway to get a penalty. Manly inside the 10, and Ward was playing the advantage.
Newcastle get their first penalty. The crowd goes up. Dave Gillespie straight off after that mistake a minute or so ago. Merely a mistake on the second tackle with the ball.
Muir then to the 20-metre line. 8 points to 6, Manly in front. To the left for Andrew Johns to pick up his captain. Puts in a big run, Harrigan, to the 10-metre line. Clements with his ankles heavily bandaged. Matthew Johns for Adam Muir, a specialist at getting it away. So Manly really tighten up in defence. Now it comes out on the bounce, 2, 3, 4 bounces, and O'Davis was able to pick it up. Andrew Johns to the 10. Fletcher, he's put down 7 metres out from the line. Played back there, bumped off Tuvey. Came away from O'Davis. Matthew Johns puts in a kick. Menzies has got to go back with Hopewadi, and they put a shadow across it. Back to the 20-metre line. Andrew on Brett Grogan.
Yeah, Brett Grogan, as Sterlo mentioned, he's been suffering from meningitis. This is only his second week back. Now, he's replaced Evan Cochran. There's no injury to Evan Cochran, but I can report that Brett Grogan had a very good game in reserve grade tonight, particularly in the first half.
Kosef will play the ball just inside his own 30-metre line as Tierney crosses that line now.
And that's meant a reshuffle in the Newcastle lineup. We see Mark Hughes on the left wing now. Grogan has slotted into right centre. The youngster Hughes playing outside Owen Craigie. Not a lot of experience there, despite being fine young players.
Sedaris. Scott Fulton has gone out there. And the ball comes down for Lyons to go on the outside for Gartner, and that's a good tackle on him by Andrew Johns. Scott Fulton now for Tuvey. Tuvey on the right, working with Lyons. Lyons away for Moore, and he's tackled by Mark Hughes. And Manly attacking, 25 out on 5. Lyons with a very high kick. Darren Albert comes away with it. Put down on the 20-metre line.
Yeah, dusty kick there from Cliff Lyons, but he had some pressure on him and did the best he could. Not good enough though. Chasers didn't have any chance to get through that one.
O'Davis.
The big H is off. Harrigan is having another rest. He deserves it.
Matthew Johns.
The big H. You can find a nickname.
Here's Butterfield in his 150th game for the club. Honoured tonight. He's been here since inception day. They built Butterfield before they built the stadium. Now Johns puts the kick in. Well and truly before, I would hope. Here's Nevin now. 7 metres away from his own line. 28 and a half minutes gone. And 8-6 Manly. Nevin's got all the points for them. Cochran got the Newcastle try. We believe it wasn't a try. And Andrew Johns converted magnificently. Lyons, Menzies, and now Innes. Innes tries to put that right-handed fend on Albert. 31 away from his own line. From Hopewadi for Lyons. Lyons lets Scott Fulton run a decoy. And then it's with Gartner, and Gartner is ground into the ground there by Tony Butterfield. Sedaris for Tuvey. Tuvey inside ball. And Kosef taken down by Clements. And again by Butterfield. Hand in the air. 5 gone from the referee. On the 40-metre line. That kick will be worth watching. Bouncing down inside the 20, but it's well in field. O'Davis comes back. Albert's in support. Lyons makes the tackle. Menzies hovering over the top. Albert sweeps it for Hughes to run past the 30-metre line.
The quality of the defence has been a real feature in the first half hour of this game. Some copybook low tackling. Andrew Johns, Craig Innes, as Paul pointed out earlier, as Andrew Johns nearly gets through, tackle on the 40-metre line, and some big hits, driving with the shoulder, picking up and putting on the back. Really good stuff, copybook stuff from both teams.
Richards will play it. Big crowd, Newcastle crowd, begging for penalties.
Get out of it.
They're down 4-2 in the count. Now it's 4-3.
Yeah, Jim Sedaris claiming he didn't do anything. They take a quick tap. It's through. Andrew Johns out wide to Craigie.
30-metre line. 4-2 the penalties. I just jumped one in front of myself. Fletcher. 28 out. Clements and to the right. Andrew Johns for Tony Butterfield. Butterfield pulled down 15 out from the line, and it's with Lyons for Manly. Gardner. One-on-one tackle, I'm led to believe, although I've seen penalties. I've seen penalties for that.
Yeah, the referee must have ruled that Steve Menzies had dropped off the legs before Lyons stripped the football, but you're right, we have seen plenty of penalties for exactly that.
Tierney with a good run. 3 metres into Newcastle. Oh, Scott Fulton, knock on. We will take a break and be back at the 31st minute, Manly by 2. Welcome back. This was the big clash of the weekend in the ARL. Manly and Newcastle, they've both gone down to Parramatta in the last fortnight. Great supporter base has provided a magnificent backdrop. As Muir gets across the 20-metre line, it's gone forward.
Been a claim of a forward pass here. There's Muir going through. One mesh tackle there and gets on around Nevin. This pass, well, it's ruled it was knocked forward.
Well, it actually touched Jim Sedaris.
Really?
No doubt at all, it touched Sedaris before going to the intended receiver. We now have John Hopewate playing in the second row. Hunter's on the field. He's gone to the right wing, pushing Danny Moore to the left wing. Reshuffle here for the Eagles.
It'll be interesting to see that pass again. I've just got a feeling the referee is aware that it touched the Manly player, but the ball was passed forward.
Yeah, I think it was thrown forward from Muir anyway.
Yeah, I think he's ruled that ball was passed forward. We come back just beyond the 30-metre line, and referee Eddie Ward is calling out Adam Muir. Here's what happened. He's come in contact with the chest and it's slid upwards. And a penalty goes against Adam Muir.
I've got to say, it's been nothing about that. Nothing, honestly.
Now, this is a big 7 minutes coming up for Newcastle. It'll be a big couple of minutes here. They've competed very well as Carroll goes straight over the top of one. It'll be a penalty for raking the football out. They must keep their try line intact. Butterfield wants to go on it with Carroll.
Oh yeah, the boys are into it. Carroll and Butterfield exchanging pleasantries.
It'd be a fair contest, wouldn't it?
No, I didn't see that. Listen, if both of you want to settle it down, just play football, eh? We want to muck around, we can muck around in the sheds, right? Clear it out.
Well, I thought I heard Butterfield claim there that there might have been the head used from Carroll once again. Referee said I didn't see it. Is that Craig Field?
Yeah, Craig Field.
The Manly, number 7, Craig Field.
He's on. And Carroll starts the Manly attack. 18 metres out from the line. Sedaris finding Gillespie. Then 2V. Manly putting one of their pet plays together. And Innes is put down. 10 metres out from the line. Danny Moore getting it away for Sedaris. And a driving tackle from Darren Albert. 9 out from the line. Hopewadi, that has been knocked on. A lot of people might disagree, but I think you'll find it has been propelled towards the opposing team's dead ball line. Yep, no doubts. A little pat on the head from Andrew Johns for John Hopewadi.
Yeah, well, I hope that's the last one we see from either player for the rest of their careers.
Scrum going down and being worked by Johns on his own 10-metre line. Grogan is on. A miraculous recovery for the young man. Ooh, heavy hit there. Good stuff from David Gillespie. Oh, and another one from Menzies. A pat on the back from Hopewadi for Menzies. Matthew George. Fletcher drifting back. Hard pass, well done by Robbie O'Davis. And he goes to ground as Craig Field with the short hair. Pulls him down. Now I see what Peter was talking about. Is that Craig Field? That's the caption. Is that Craig Field? Ball rolling down towards the line. The try line. Nevin. And pulled down by Grogan. Manly coming away off their own line. They lead by 2. Andrew on the sidelines. Very little breeze that I can see looking at the flags, although it is with Newcastle in the first half, right?
Yeah, actually, Ray, it is quite a stiff southwester that's at the backs of the Newcastle team in the first half. Now, it's hard to put a points value on wind assistance, but you would think that Newcastle would have hoped to have been in front at half-time given the breeze advantage, and they trail by 2 at the moment.
Ooh, gee, Butterfield unloading a big tackle on Gartner. And referee Eddie Ward is going to put a scrum down.
She's a good old-fashioned game of rugby league, this one. They're just giving it to each other, the forwards. Good hard tackle there. It looked like it was ripped out there from Butterfield.
He's my kind of front rower. No nonsense. Likes to mix it up. Receives as good as he gives. There's never any complaining at all. Grogan now. Tackle low by Tuvey. Good opportunity here. Only 3.5 minutes to go. It would be a real confidence booster for the second 40 if the Knights could put something on here.
Glanville in the centre of the park. Clement sweeping it away on the left for Matthew Johns. Andrew is running, angling. Harrigan! He's lost the ball and young Nevin has got it for Manly.
I think he tried to throw it over the fullback's head.
Penalty goes to Manly now. It is ruled that Nevin had possession and then Harrigan has taken it back off him.
He's just taking the ball back off him. He was knocked in. No ball.
I suppose. Gee, no wonder Nevin is still down.
Heavy head knock, and then Harrigan's just simply come up with the football. He didn't actually steal it. He just sort of picked it up because he was knocked out. And he's got the penalty against him.
Yeah, he's got every right to argue, Paul Harrigan. He's telling Eddie Ward that the man was knocked out, the ball was sitting there. What's he going to do?
Harrigan, like Butterfield before him, not happy with Eddie Ward's interpretations. Carroll then. Harrigan fired up. Let's go with the tackle. It didn't have too much sting about it. Now Sedaris. Oh, Harrigan's running around, letting them know he's out there now. He just brought a smile to the face of Gillespie. Kosef on the end of the tackle from Fletcher and Glanville. He loses the ball. And the referee will put a scrum down. Not to the joy of the Newcastle crowd.
I think Troy Fletcher might have had a little bit to do with that ball coming out. He's the 16 there. I think as he gets up, he gives the footy a little nudge. And that's one I thought the touch judge might have been able to pick up. So did Nick Kosef.
Close to the break. Newcastle winning the scrum, and Matthew Johns on a run-around mission, linking up with Craigie. But they run into that rock-solid defence of Innes out in the centres. On the halfway line, they come back to the open side. And played there by Glanville. They go behind Fletcher with a second man play for Peden. And he's pulled down by Sidaris. 8-6 Manly with a little breeze in their face. Harrigan, a one-hander back. O'Davis tries to slither his way through. Reaches the 20-metre line. Close to half-time. Andrew away for Matthew. Then it's with Fletcher. And he's pulled down 10 metres out. Indication for Matthew for the kick. There it goes. Not a good one. Hughes has got the pass away for Craigie. Andrew Johns, but it's gone forward. It has gone forward. Just for a moment I thought it was play on.
What about this effort from Mark Hughes to dive and catch this football and try and get it back behind him? Which I thought, well, I'm not quite sure whether it was the Craigie pass or the Hughes effort that's been ruled forward.
I think it was. What do you think? I think it was playing on until that last pass. That's the one he ruled forward, but it wasn't.
Gee, that was great stuff from Hughes.
What a first half to be the man with the whistle. Oh, Hopewadi driven into the ground. Adam Muir at his strongest.
Here we go.
And Eddie Ward calls time. So a half that has really provided everything. A controversial try for Newcastle. Manly came back with a soft try. There's been some referees' interpretations that have got Newcastle and the crowd very much in opposition to Eddie Ward. Still waving the head negatively. 8-6 Manly at half-time in front of 25,077. We go to a break. Manly by 2 as Paul Harrigan brings them back in front of this exciting crowd. Tremendous to come to a rugby league game and look out at a sea of faces. Chiefs having a turbulent night. Stats, Peter.
And two very similar performances from quality teams here. Very little between them, not many missed tackles, handling errors just going against the Eagles, but a lot of that, both teams' handling errors has got to do with the quality of defence out there tonight, and you can see how good that quality is. Just one line break from each team, equal possession, and really the next 40 minutes is just going to be decided by mistakes and whoever can play good field position.
It's been a bruising game in defence. Forward work rate there, fat man, something that resembles your own performances.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. Troy Fletcher down the bottom there. That's about me. Billy Peden, 19 tackles. He's been heavily involved with Brett Clements, a very busy hooker. And you've got Tony Butterfield and Paul Harrigan. I think they've been the two best Newcastle players on the field, doing plenty of work there. And for the Eagles, Daniel Gartner, 17 tackles. He's back to some of his best form tonight. He's playing very well. And Mark Carroll, I think he's probably just about their most consistent forward all year, and he does it up front all night long.
Talking of forwards, it'd be wrong of us not to mention the fact that Steve Roach is in hospital tonight. That's the reason Andrew is on the sidelines. We'll take you to Andrew very shortly for his halftime report. But if you are listening, Stephen, our thoughts are with you. He's in private rooms, apparently. They had to book 2.
I'll get well soon, champion blocker.
All right, boys. Still want to know how they knew his leg was swollen.
Second half. Sit back and brace yourself. I've just got a feeling this is going right down to the wire. Newcastle into the breeze. Doesn't look strong, but Andrew tells us that it's quite an advantage to the team that runs with it. That is Manly. Second half, Sidaris, first tackle, 20-metre line. Tuvey Gee, Ward could have penalised Harrigan there. Harrigan was front marker. He was standing at least a metre to the right of the play the ball. Tierney wrestled down without a great deal of gain in ground. We're talking of penalties. What about Neil Tierney? He was facing the scoreboard when he played that. But they are finicky little things. I don't think they bother too many people. Tuvey across for Hopewati. Newcastle surge in, and Big John just holds them at bay. Right on the halfway line. Last tackle, Manly. About to give the ball back to Newcastle for their first use of it in the second half. O'Davis away from his 10. Heading for the 20, heading for the defence. Menzies makes it. Strong across the top from Gartner. Craigie uses Hughes. He comes to the 30, runs into Sedaris and Tuvey. They force him back. Been good again tonight, Sedaris. Butterfield runs into Tierney. Heavy honchos. Just inside his own 40-metre line. Now, Andrew's back on the sidelines. Andrew, I hope I'm not putting you on the spot. The last disallowed try to Newcastle coming up to the break, were you able to work out what he ruled?
Yeah, just confirming from the referee's room at halftime that near try to Andrew Johns, as it turned out. They did rule the diving pass from Mark Hughes as forward. Okay. So, I mean, it did look like it was thrown backwards and bounced forward, but that is what the referee ruled. Now, just from the two coaches very briefly, Mal really happy, but he still thinks they can give a little more. Expect the full range of kicks from the Newcastle Knights again this half, but also they will be looking to run the ball a little more on the last tackle. And from Bob Fulton, he gave his team a big pat on the back for their effort in the first half. He thought they'd repelled the best Newcastle had to offer. He wants a big kick chase game in this second half, and the breeze is just as fresh as the first 40 minutes.
Well, he wouldn't have any complaints about the penalty count. 7-2 against Newcastle.
Not at all.
To the lines now. Way on his left foot. Tuvey runs straight. Darting run led to a try for Tuvey against Parramatta. Reminding all teams you've got to be on top of him all the time. That pass from Lyons is a mile forward. He'll penalise, I think. Yes, the arm goes up. Deliberately forward is the ruling. Here's the pass. So Newcastle on the first tackle on this set of 6. Cliffy Lyons will be breathing heavy. Muir, centre of the ground. The hookers come out, the telephones come out. Now, Andrew Johns in behind Hopewati. Albert! Oh, he's got a fingertip to it!
Well, how quick is Darren Albert? Hopewati, I know he had to turn, but he had a couple of metres on him. Shannon Neville, he flies across as well, but the young speedster who got 3 last week, he nearly got 1 tonight at Marathon. Did it come off Hopewati?
Oh, yeah. Great football, Darren Albert. He got a needle-eye opening, surged through it, and nearly got the ball off Shannon Neville.
So it's been ruled that it was actually it was Albert who put the ball over the line.
That's right, Peter. Menzies trying to promote something for Manly. Flung down by Andrew Johns, who's been very strong in defence when required tonight. Tuvey now flying across the ground. Kosef comes back. Nevin goes ahead. Away to the 40, to the 30. Field, play on with 6 more. 20 metres out. Nevin waits to the right. Selectively for Kosef. Muir goes up high, shuts the ball down as Harrigan goes around the midriff. Then Sedaris. The line is 10 metres away. Now Tierney across for Kosef. And the big fella's put down. 8 metres away from the line. Manly pressing. Tuvey across the field. Then the infield pass for Innes. Beautifully read by Adam Muir. Now field to the right for Tuvey. And then probing and a heavy hit on Gardner. Put away by Harrigan and Butterfield. The last for the kick. Field. Oh, Chief Harrigan's come up with it. Fielding it silly mid-on.
Oh, give him the knock here now. He's having a blinder, the Chief, the big H. What a game. He's everywhere. Some big defence on Gartner. Then he's the man on the spot. Picks it up beautifully.
O'Davis. Andrew Johns finds the brother. Second man play out wide for Muir. Put a little bit of a test on the Manly defence out wide, but there are no chinks in the armour. But there is a penalty on offer for Newcastle. And it's 36 minutes. 2 points the margin still.
Yeah, there's some interference here with Adam Muir getting up to play the football. I think Steve Menzies just pulled the leg out a little bit.
Well, Peter, I put it to you that I think Eddie Wood set his own standards in the first half, and something like that he had to penalise to be consistent. Once you start something, you've got to keep it up. That's what the fans want. Butterfield plays it back now. Clements goes into the middle of the ground for Harrigan. And Harrigan, everywhere Harrigan goes, Carroll heads after him with a big fly swat. Now it's with Andrew Johns. Then from Keaton, back for Andrew. How did he do that? I understand that they've lost possession, but there's been apparently
A Manly knock-on.
a Manly knock-on, because I thought they had the advantage. I thought what Andrew Johns had done here was just magnificent, and then he comes to rue his actions, but Terry Hill must have knocked on as he tried to take any advantage.
Sponsored by Bullens, Liquor Barnes and Rutherford and Talara. Mick Quinn and the friendly staff can find the cheapest liquor in the whole.
So Newcastle come away with the feed and the scrum win, and O'Davis to the 20-metre line brings a roar from the crowd. They will try and push them across the line here. Matthew Johns, a little pirouette. Bill Peden hasn't got such a thing in his bag of equipment, but he runs at 12 metres out from the line. Play back for Clemens. On the left for Matthew. He serves it up for Andrew. He gets it away for O'Davis. O'Davis! 7 metres away. Manly by 2. Now it's Clemens. Clemens! The hooker! I think he's across. No, he's short. Now, Muir. Oh, bad pass from Adam Muir. The ball has gone backwards. It's out with Butterfield. And Butterfield gets it away in desperation. Glanville for Matthew Johns. Robbie O'Davis is back in the fray. 5 tackles gone. Conley is on for Newcastle. Matthew Johns puts the kick in. And Danny Moore will bring it back to the 20-metre line.
Gee, that's a disappointing end to what was some great footy from both teams. Scrambling defence, so close to scoring the Knights, keeping the ball alive. He's a dangerous player, Brett Clements, out of dummy half. But this kick had to be high. It was a simple catch for Danny Moore in the end, no pressure.
Busy part of the game. Carroll there, slogging it up the ground. Put away by Peter. Sadaras crosses the forward, turns it back. Craig Field tries to get rid of it. Oops! He's ruled against Craig Field. Craig is blowing up. He claims it was raked out, and the ball went forward off a Newcastle hand.
Well, he tries to offload here, Craig Field. Tried once and tries again. It did touch a Newcastle hand.
Yeah, but the last touch was Craig Fields.
Yeah.
He's ruling that it was ruled out. I just wish they'd cop the decision. I'm sick and tired of seeing them turn to touch judges and referees screaming out that the decision's wrong. He's not going to change it.
Andrew Johns. Now it is Grogan. 22 metres out from the line. Newcastle mounting an attack. Much to the dismay of Craig Field. I must admit I thought it was Billy Peden's knock on, not Craig Field's. Around the back. Matthew is there. Now it's Adam Muir. 9 metres away from the line. Play back for Craigie. Matthew is there again. Their ability to recover and get into position, quite incredible. Now it comes away. It's from O'Davis. Wide for Andrew. Wide for Grogan. And little Jeff Tuvey is over there to put him away. Andrew Johns, long ball to the centre. Then Butterfield, then Matthew Johns. Muir is after it, but so is Danny Moore. And it's a line drop out.
The Seagulls in no hurry to restart play here. They've been on the rack for the last couple of minutes. They've tried this ploy a fair bit. No real chance for Adam Muir to get there. A lot of bodies, and you do think that tactic is going to be best served with Darren Albert, the chaser.
They haven't really had a crack at running it on the fifth, have they yet, Peter? And maybe there's a chance there out wide with both wingers hanging back for that kick on the last. There might be a chance there for Newcastle if they do that.
Craigfield with the line drop out. And Bill Peden goes back to be met by this Manly defence. Many have tested it, and this season some have broken it many times. But tonight it looks like Bobby Fulton has worked on it during the week more than ever. Now Glanville, then Matthew Johns. This is Butterfield. Gets it away for Grogan. Held by Menzies and by Gardner. Butterfield, the dummy half. Matthew Johns stepping off his left foot, tries to beat them. Carroll and Tierney, the big front rowers, blocking up the middle. Andrew Johns, a dummy. Darren Albert, 2 metres from the line, on fire. It is Grogan. Then for Andrew Johns. The kick is high and across. Question mark on whether they were in front of the kicker. The pass from Muir looked forward, and that's the way he has ruled.
That's about 20 tackles in a row, and that is just wonderful Manly defence. Newcastle looked as though they could have scored 3 or 4 tries there, but last-ditch tackles, in particular one from Tuvey, well, that's offside. That should have been a penalty. Don't worry about the forward pass.
And in the meantime, there's a conspicuous absentee, Paul Harrigan, Andrew Voss.
Yeah, Paul Harrigan, if you like, it's an unscheduled pit stop, if you like, for Paul Harrigan. It's the 3rd time off tonight.
Oh, look at this stuff, Andrew. Big Tierney on the end of a driving tackle.
And don't the crowd love it? Yeah, Paul Harrigan's got a strained neck at the moment. He's with the doctors in the room. They're going to give him a few more minutes and then assess it to see if he can come back to the match. But I think it goes back probably to the earlier knock that you mentioned, right at the top of the match for the Chief.
53 minutes gone. 13 we are into the second half. It's still Manly by 2. Only 1 try each as Field drifts across. Gardner hammers a hole in Newcastle, then gets it to the 40. Tuvey is there. Little Jack in the box. Then Hill over the 30. Looks around for support. Newcastle shut him down. 27 metres out now from Tuvey. Interrupted by the Newcastle defender. Getting up. Field's kick is good. It is purposeful. And Manly's John Hopewade is over the line for a sensational try. Well, what about that?
How often in a game of rugby league you see all the pressure at one end and all of a sudden a little bit possession. The try is scored at the other. Gardner made the bust, throws the pass, Tuvey catches it. Now Robbie O'Davis comes in and is involved in this tackle. He missed that one on Terry Hill, but he gets up, finishes it off. And that means that he had a long way to travel. In the end, it was Grogan who was isolated. And Hopewade and Stephen Menzies, they fly high, they get over the top of Grogan. It's a great catch from Hopewade. And he scores the try. There was some conjecture in the press that he'd be the man that would be bombed. Well, he's come up with one of his own.
Great comeback by the Eagles, end-to-end stuff. They were on their own line a matter of 45 seconds ago, holding on to everything they had. And here they are at the other end, 6 tackles later, heading to a 12-6 lead.
Oh, that was just absolutely graceful from John Hopewade. Beautiful stuff. Flying through the air, appropriately like an eagle. And putting it over the line. John Hopewade. I suppose you could use the word, the enigmatic John Hopewade. Shannon Nevin then. His name has been joined on the point scorer's board by Hopewadi. Nevin got the first try. Hopewadi now the second.
This is a very important kick, obviously. 6 in front. He puts this one over. All of a sudden, psychologically, Newcastle, they take a battering. They realise they've got to score twice. They've got to score twice to get in front now.
Breeze behind him. Almost directly. 21 out, 9 in. There it is. And looking good off the boot of Shannon Nevin, and there is the important goal of the night for Shannon Nevin. Manly by 8 now at the 55th. Back at Marathon Stadium with 25,000 fans, and the home side trailing by 8 as Menzies plays it back on his own 30-metre line. Sedaris driven down. Harrigan is back out of the sheds. Scott Fulton pulled down by his opposite. I was going to say number, but Clements is wearing the 9. Fulton is wearing 15. Both playing dummy half. Scott Fulton for Jeff Tuvey. Tuvey across for Gartner. Gartner's on the halfway line. Andrew Johns and Bill Peden making the tackle. Fulton giving it for Craig Field to kick it. And O'Davis is back there this time. Back to the defence line. They let him run to them. Now Muir. 35 metres and a little bit better than that. Andrew Johns, it's going to take all of the guile, all of the talents of the Johns brothers and others to get Newcastle out of this. You don't want to be looking up at the scoreboard giving Manly 8-point start in any match, let alone 23 minutes out from full time. Matthew Johns. First equal and fourth after 17 rounds. Nevin sending John Hopewadi back. They must play mistake-free football, Manly. Down this end of the park, they don't want to give Newcastle a smell of it again. Although you've got to think by now that Newcastle is finding Manly impregnable. The only time they've actually busted them, we have written in the record books, and it was only us, that a try was given, but we don't think it was. So if you believe that, Manly's defence has been impregnable. Fulton to the right for Tuvey. And away for Terry Hill to put the kick in. Something different from Manly. O'Davis coming away off his 10-metre line. And away from Tuvey. The crowd-pleasing Newcastle fullback brought the crowd up. Now the Johns brothers combine. Andrew angling back to the centre. Matthew, quick to follow on. Richards. Clements. Matthew Johns again. Clements. Andrew Johns puts the kick in, looking for Darren Albert again, but even though he is fast, that was almost the impossible mission.
Well, Darren Albert has got a few metres of pace on John Hopewadi. Too much start here. Hopper dropping back. In the end, Shannon Nevin had it controlled fairly easily. But Newcastle trying everything they can to break the Manly line. It's just not happening for them.
Another line dropout. How many have they had in the game now? It must be up in the area of 7 or 8. As I just finished saying, Newcastle have tested them every which way, but nothing's been there. Richards.
The danger now, Ray, is frustration coming into the Newcastle attack. They've got to be very careful that they remain patient, believe that what they worked on during the week will open this team up at some stage. It hasn't yet, but they can't force things in this last 20 minutes, or they'll make mistakes at the wrong time.
Matthew and Andrew. Across the back for O'Davis, and then for Glanville and back for O'Davis. O'Davis gets a pass away. It's come from Craigie, and it's with Glanville again. He bumps away. Now met by Manly. Play back for Clements. Matthew Johns stepping, trying to beat Scott Fulton. Eddie Ward waving Manly back outside the 10. Andrew Johns puts in a kick off the side of the boot, and another line dropper. Well, they keep pumping away. Something's got to break, surely. This has been a magnificent Manly effort. As Harrigan comes back. Their defence tonight has been just superb. Their anticipation, their clean-up work in the in-goal, everything they've done in defence has been superb. Tuvey and Ward.
We've got Hopoate being called across.
Yeah, I'm just saying, they're using it as a shed. That's why they watch both sides, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm saying, get it away. Every time I look across there, you're a couple of yards offside, right? You're not going to stay there. Get onside or take that action. Well, I don't care, get onside.
You might have heard me say Eddie Ward was waving Manly onside, back and away out of the 10. That was John Hopoate that he was waving to. Ward played on because Hopoate didn't get involved in any shape or form. This is Fletcher. 30-metre line, and O'Davis again. Carroll and Tierney blocking the middle. Clements. Harrigan hits them really hard that time to the 10-metre line. Andrew Johns. Now with Matthew. Plenty of players. Rogan for the corner. Did he get it down? I think he did. Yes. He's pointed to the spot. Look at them. A Newcastle crowd loving it. 14-10 now.
Did he get it down? I'll tell him, man, he did. Great football from Newcastle. Once again, it's the long passes, the decoys, the cutout balls. And look at that one over the top. Grogan had plenty of work to do. I really think Hopper should have got him. Because the other man, the winger, had gone back on the inside Albert. It was one-on-one. And John Hopoate made the mistake of just giving Grogan a fraction too much room to move in. And he's a good player, Grogan. Don't worry about that. He can find the line, and he has.
Well, it sets up the grandstand finish that we were hoping for. Matthew Johns putting it on the chest of Grogan. Paul points out Albert back inside it, made it one-on-one. And there is only a centimetre in this one, getting the football down Grogan before the corner post is put out. Craig Innes was absolutely livid. Not with the decision, with the fact that the try was scored, that they allowed it.
Well, what a way to celebrate. You come back from sickness and injury that people said would put this young man away for the season. And he celebrates with a little kangaroo hop before putting it down over the line.
I was saying at one stage, Ray, he lost something like between 10 and 15 kilos in a couple of weeks. So it's amazing that he's back in the top grade in the condition that he is.
Here's a kick. Talking of important kicks, for Andrew from the junction. He'll approach it along the sideline. The breeze is across it. On its way, and it's there! It is there! 14-12, and the Novocastrians in jubilation. Wages set for the last 17 minutes. The home side still trailing by 2. That's been pretty much the pattern right through the evening. In front of a vocal home crowd of 25,000. Fletcher. 33 metres away from his own line. A sloppy play the ball, but Clements is able to make it look better than it was. taking it within 5 metres of the halfway line. Now Matthew Johns, a simple run away from dummy half, cropping before trying to beat them. And that...
He was bent back in this one. He could be in some... Well, it's great to see Matthew Johns to his feet because it looked like a very awkward tackle.
It did indeed. Sickening sight as Muir looks for the regather, and he does! And that is Conley. No hand placed on him, so it's play on. This is Hughes. Hughes gets his pass away. And that is the turnover. Manly again with all hands on deck. 15 out from their own line. Sadaris forced down. Play back to Gutton. Now Carroll tries to steady the rig. Just inside the 20-metre line, the crowd just absolutely enthralled at this one. They, I hope, appreciate the value of the Manly defence tonight. Because Newcastle has had so many opportunities. Sadaris Bakari. Muir goes up the top. Conley goes underneath. Sadaris to dummy half. The kick is on. Field. Darren Albert going back to be with Robbie O'Davis off his own line. Now away from that line.
Tremendous kick there from Craig Field. He took his time, worked out where the best place to put the football was. He got a couple of good bounces. It went away from O'Davis on 2 occasions. Nice and deep. O'Davis had to pick up on his own line. Chase was good. Well, here's a break from Clements. Beats a couple. A few chinks starting to open up.
Tremendous work there by Brett Clements. Newcastle piling on the attack now. Glenville right on the halfway line. Matthew Johns becoming more and more involved. Grogan from Muir. Muir has burst through. Muir still going. Pull down, 15 out. Fifth tackle. Andrew John. Matthew. There's the kick. Forcing a line drop out on Manly again.
Well, I thought it was a penalty against Hopewadi in the play of the ball. He went back for 2 bites at the cherry. It would have been a fairly good, comfortable kick. Tremendous work here from Adam Muir. If he could have just positioned Andrew Johns on his inside, it may have led to a try, but they got into each other's way. Have a look at Hopewadi here. This one here. Never should have been allowed to come in and do that. And it was kickable.
That would have brought us level. 14-12 Manly by 2. Craig Field with the breeze behind him. Darren Albert. Carroll. You couldn't blame Carroll. Albert crouched into the tackle. Harrigan. A one-handed pass for Davis. Craig Field throws him to the ground. Owen Craig. Matthew John. Andrew. Fletcher's with him. Decoys. Conley. Conley, a good pass, was it? Newcastle still got it. 8 metres from the line. Now, from Clements to Andrew Johns of the face ball. Darren Albert did well. Grogan. Johns. Matthew. Puts the kick in. Danny Moore will get it back. Danny Moore, a swerving run, promoting for Craig Field. Field out to the 30-metre line.
I'll tell you what, didn't they need that Manly? They're out on their feet, some of these Manly players. They're very, very tired. Newcastle finishing at a rate of knots. I'm just wondering about that kick into the in goal. They've tried it about 14 times tonight. It hasn't worked yet. Maybe the high ball's the other option they should be taking. Starting to overplay it, no doubt, Paul. A Lotra at the end of that would have been a real contest. Terry Hill now. This has lifted Manly. They needed something like that. A cheap turnover and Danny Moore to make a good run of 20 or 30 metres.
Sadaris coming across, straight across. Innes straightens the attack. Conley is injured. The ball goes back into no man's land. Tooby back to the halfway line. Now presses on. Grubbing kick back behind Hughes. Put down by Gardner and Tuvey.
Well, that was shocking play from Newcastle. The pass from Steve Menzies went to nobody. Jeff Tuvey had to run back 10 metres to get the football. They could have got through and put enormous pressure. Instead, they sat back, allowed him to pick the ball up, run it back 20 metres and kick. I know they've tried, but those kind of opportunities in matches, they don't come along too often.
Davis gets up, clutching at his hip or back area, as the ball is played back to Clements, who's had a magnificent game. Andrew Johns tries to put Harrigan through the gap. He takes the defence and gets the pass back. Matthew Johns away for Glanville. Glanville shovels it down for Butterfield. Butterfield is able to make about 7 metres and is put down just inside his own 40-metre line. Matthew Johns, Andrew Johns, Fletcher. Fletcher put away. It's from one Johns brother then to Grogan. Grogan's over the halfway line on fire. So will they put it in the air? Will they put it through the hands? Andrew lobs it down behind Shannon Nevin, and Nevin comes out just beyond the 20-metre line. Not a lot of pressure applied to Manly by those tactics. Probably because they're that damn tired they can't chase it. Gillespie. Muir has been strong in the middle in both departments, defence and offence. Kosef, Tuvey, Terry Hill, and banged down by Harrigan's tackle over the top of Andrew Johns. Terry Hill playing it back for Tuvey. He has to be watched, Tuvey. This is just what he loves. He can scurry away and put Newcastle out for the night. Albert, coming off his own 20-metre line, pulled down by the second tackle of Menzies. O'Davis. Yards to be made from dummy half. The markers are almost non-existent.
Somehow Newcastle need to get a couple of sets of 6 in a row, and they would love a penalty in the next 1 or 2 tackles, or to make a good bust to get to the other end of the field. Otherwise, they're just going to have to kick the football back to Manly. They need to get down in good attacking position for an attacking kick.
Fletcher. Couple of metres into the Manly's area. Andrew Johns. Long ball, finding Grogan. Grogan puts a kick in. And Nevin is back there. Grogan making the tackle. Innes. Tentative juggle of the ball out on his own 10-metre line. Fulton looking for runners. Menzies is the man. Menzies. Now Sidaris. Muir again. 40-metre line. And Gardner. Again it was Muir. Tuvey. Lions. O'Davis. Where's the defence? Well, that's a pretty good indication of how tired both of them are. Manly got down to the 20-metre line. That's as good as they could do. That's on the chase.
Cochrane back.
That is Evan Cochrane. Clements. Harrigan. They haven't beaten them since 1992. Manly by 2 points. Butterfield. Glanville. Glanville. Fifth tackle. 38 metres away. Andrew Johns. To the air. The chase. The kick. And Owen Craigie didn't make it. Consultation.
No, it's over. Well, how close was it? There's the high ball. The Manly players didn't position themselves well. No one went for it. Craigie's got it on the toe. On the line, it's the dead ball. So it's come out for a 20-metre tap.
Good call by the in-goal judge.
Yeah, they got one right. Good on them. Well done, boys.
A mistake here has given the home side a chance. Daniel Gardner coming up with a drop ball. Matthew Johns, second tackle, 22 out. This is their chance.
Grogan. Long pass, finding Andrew Johns. And now Harrigan, a hidden spin and a dummy from the big fella. Then the ball comes out the back for Matthew Johns. Lions can't put him away. O'Davis reaches the 20. 14-12. Manly by 2 points. Conley, 11 out from the line. Played back for Clements. Matthew Johns. Andrew Johns. Personnel going everywhere. And Muir is put down on 5. Clements out for Andrew Johns, rolls the ball in and they will get it back. Eddie Ward is ruled forced by Manly.
The crowd at that end of the field, they went up. They thought that it might have been a mistake from Hopewadi. And in fact, he hasn't got it there. Does he get downward pressure there? I think it's a try. What about that? I don't know.
Line drop out. Peden. Clements. Conley. Carroll over the top. Kosef underneath. Clements away for Harrigan. Out the back row, Davis. O'Davis put away by Hopewadi. But the main tackler was Carroll. Clements. Matthew Johns. Inside for his brother. Desperation stuff. Manly has got it. Scott Fulton saving the day for Manly. Innes. Lions. Electing to take it back down the blind side with Sabarish. Just inside the 30-metre line, Manly realising the clock is in their favour. 3.25 minutes to go. And a problem for Daniel Gardner, Andrew Voss.
Could be bad news for Manly. He's already broken his thumb once this season. He's with Nathan Gibbs right now, but it is a real problem for Daniel Gardner.
Robbie O'Davis, meantime, plays the ball. Back on his own 40-metre line. Cross for Butterfield. Nearly to the halfway. Clements and Conley. Clements again. The brothers. Muir. My goodness, he's had a big game tonight, Adam Muir. 20-metre line. From Craigie for Andrew Johns. And then Harrigan. Away from Cosset's tackle. Andrew Johns. Grogan puts the kick in. And Nevin forces it for another line dropout. Well, how many is that?
Oh, it's a line drop out of thon. They've had 100 tonight, Manly. And that's testimony to their great defence that Newcastle keep searching for some luck from a kick.
Well, this could be the last set of 6 in this game, and you would think that Newcastle will be forced into putting up the high kick at the end of this. Under 2 minutes to go, the clock's been stopped. Manly, they know they've only got to raise an effort. Probably one more set of 6. It's not a good line drop out. Grogan takes it 22 out.
Manly's defence putting him away. 15 out from the line. Can Newcastle snatch this one? Can they find a draw? What odds a penalty? Now it's Andrew Johns finding Adam Muir. How much petrol has he got? O'Davis has lost it.
Well, I think it'll be a Newcastle knock-on here, so it's a Manly foot. A great tackle from Jeff Tuvey on Robbie O'Davis. That should be enough.
Well, we've come to visit at Marathon a couple of times recently. You might remember Sydney City snatching a draw. And here they are, the home side, 2 points in arrears against one of the most superb defensive efforts that we've ever seen from Manly.
One of the best ever, Ray, because Newcastle are a very good football side. They've thrown everything they could at the Manly defence. They've come up with 2 tries, but Manly just looks like they might just be a little bit too good on the night. But it's the sort of game, it's been a fascinating game more than anything. Outstanding rugby league tonight in this ARL game.
So all Manly has to do now is soak up the time, consume the 6 tackles, and Gillespie. Slowly for Sidaris. Hopewadi. What they mustn't do is volunteer a tackle. Sidaris. The siren is there, it's all over. Manly have held on to a 2-point lead, and they've won against Newcastle yet again. 14-12 at full time in front of 25,000. An enthralling spectacle highlighted by the Manly defence, the Manly scramble, and the protection of their in-goal. 2 tries to both sides. Magnificent shot in the arm for Newcastle football. Paul Harrigan indicating to his men that no matter what, we've got to go and salute the crowd. Handshakes for Tony Butterfield, 150 games tonight. So Manly again to the top of the table with a 14-12 win over Newcastle tonight at Marathon Stadium. Here comes a break, and we're coming back for the summation from Peter and Paul.